everybody. It must be Monday at 7 o'clock because you're in the soul space with Georgia Rose from Zankita. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Tonight is really an exciting time because we're doing viewer's choice, which means that you can call into the show and ask me any spiritual question that you want. I can give you a reading if you'd like. We can go to cards. I can just see what kind of vibe I get. We can do some astrology. Whatever you like, the floor is open to all of you tonight. So as you guys know the drill, I have to share the show and make sure everybody out there knows where to find me. You can find us on Facebook and Roku and all kinds of places. So they're all listed on our website, strongislandentertainment.com. And I'm going to open the phones in a little bit of time. But first, I want to talk about the astrology a little bit. And I'd love to have you guys call in and tell me a little bit about how you've been feeling this energy. Seems to me that we have a very intense week. I know it sounds like we say that a lot in the astrology world, but this week especially we have a lot of changes coming in, and we have a full moon in Aquarius coming in on Friday. So we're going to talk about that. Pluto's still the heavyweight in the picture, but little by little we'll be pulling away from that, and I am just going to get this going on for everybody and get this live. Here we go. Change. That's it. And we're going to share. Okay, so that's done. I think we're good to go. And so I'd love it if you guys call on the show. The number's on the screen. For those of you who are listening and not watching, I will give you that number in a little bit as soon as I know it. It's a whole new number for me. As you guys know, I'm in a new studio. So who have we got on board so far tonight? Let's see. Who is out there? I'm using my iPad, and soon I'm going to show you the chart of the moment. Isn't it funny? I'm on the iPad and on your screen and on everywhere. I'm famous. Not, just in my mind. So let's talk a little bit about astrology, my favorite subject. So the astrology right now is actually at a time when a lot of things are changing. So mostly that's because this month we have a lot of planets that are going to be going into different signs, and that always really changes the energy. For instance, we have Venus right now in Cancer going into, Venus in Leo going into Virgo at the end of the month, and that's really going to change all kinds of things in our lives that we value and love. But right now I'm going to tell you exactly where all the planets are. The planets are, the Sun is at 27 degrees of Cancer. It's going to go into Leo very soon. The moon is in Scorpio right now, and we're going to have a full moon in Aquarius on Friday. Mercury is at 12 degrees of Cancer. Venus is at 26 degrees of Leo, soon to headed for Virgo. Mars is at 23 degrees of Leo, also soon headed for Virgo. And Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Pisces, where it will go back into its retrograde motion into Aquarius very soon. So you can see we have a lot of changing planets. Neptune is at 23 degrees of Pisces. That's also retrograde. We've got Pluto at 25 degrees of Capricorn, which is also retrograde. We've got the North Node at 9 degrees of Gemini, the South Node at 9 degrees of Sagittarius, and Chiron at 12 degrees of Aries retrograde. So what does all this mean? Well, the Aquarius full moon is actually going to be sandwiched in between Saturn and Jupiter, once again, and Pluto. And if you remember back in December, we had this huge, great conjunction that didn't happen for like 4,000 years. So this full moon energy on Friday is going to bring back in a lot of the energy from that time in the beginning of the year and also in January of 2020. So think about what you were doing when the pandemic was in its infancy, when things were actually starting to unfold in a lot of the political and a lot of the social unrest in our country. And think about that energy, that Plutonian energy that was coming into force to break down our structures and where you were during that time. Because this full moon may bring some things that were going on then into culmination. It'll be really interesting to see if anything comes back into play with the pandemic and the COVID-19 virus. So we have something coming in this week called a Yod. And Yads are also referred to as the finger of God or the finger of fate. For those of you old enough to remember the really old show Laugh-In, they used to do, it was a sitcom, they used to do a variety sitcom, and they used to do this thing called the fickle finger of fate. Well, that's what a Yad is. It's a finger of fate and destiny. And a Yad usually has 3 planets involved. It looks almost like a triangle, except that the energy is really being forced into the point of the triangle by 2 planets which are conjunct. What's happening right now in the sky is that we have a Yad between the base of a septile with Neptune and Pluto, and it's combining the energy of Neptune and Pluto, and it shoots it out to that Venus, Mars, and Leo energy. In real term, what does it mean? It means that we're going to find things getting a little heavy if we haven't been taking responsibility for the things that Saturn and Pluto have been asking us to in our life. So where is it in your life that something is being shown to you that you have to be responsible for or take responsibility for, and maybe you've either been slacking off on it or maybe you've stepped up to the plate and done it? Well, this week and for the next 10 days is going to be the time when fate brings in your reward or your bigger challenge, depending on how you've been doing that particular thing that is something that you're supposed to take responsibility for. A good example would be maybe you're a spendthrift and you waste a lot of money. And Pluto and Saturn are trying to teach you lessons about money, and you keep having more and more challenges with it because you're not being responsible for it. Well, something's going to happen this week that pushes the envelope and makes you have to step up and go into that responsibility. The word responsibility is responding to your ability. So you have the ability to budget, but you're not doing it. Well, Pluto and Saturn are going to come in this week and give you a little slap. If you've been doing it and you've been living up to your responsibility in that kind of an example, then Pluto and Saturn are going to come in this week and give you a great reward. So that's the energy, and that area of responsibility in your chart is probably wherever Saturn lies and whatever house Saturn is in. So it could be something to do with a love relationship or a familial relationship with children. It could be your job. If you complain a lot about your job but don't take the initiative to change it, something might happen in that sector of your life. So let me see some comments here so I can reply to you guys. I know you always like it when we give a shout out to everybody. Not seeing my comments yet. Okay. Where are my comments? Oops. Can't seem to see my comments. I know you guys are out there. So if you want to call into the show, numbers on the screen, 516-945-9099. Tonight is Viewer's Choice. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And if you have a question or something that's been nagging at you that you want to talk about, we can absolutely do that. So don't be shy. Call into the show, and it's Viewer's Choice. All right, so I've got Suzanne, my cousin. Oh my God, hello! Every time I drive in my car, I'm like, I gotta call her, but she hasn't called me. So I'm glad you're watching. Welcome to my soul space. I love you so much. Bonnie, hey Bonnie, David's out there. Janine, I got Aaron from Texas. Got all my buddies out here. So if anybody has anything they want to call in and ask, please do so. In the meantime, watch out for that finger of fate that's out in our charts for all of us. So as I said, a lot of the planets are going to be changing. And some of that energy when Mars and Venus go into Virgo is really going to change. It's going to soften a lot. Mars and Venus and Leo are fire sign. They want to go, go, go. So I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to actually do a reading right now I'm going to pick somebody who's in the comments. I'm actually going to do a reading for Bonnie Ulrich. And I have some housekeeping announcements to make. On August 2nd, we will have on the show Jake Cooper. He is an author who just wrote a book called Life After Breath, and we're going to talk about near-death experiences. So if you've had an NDE and you want to call into the show or be a guest on the show, please just call us and let us know. Jake's going to come and talk all about his book and the experiences that he's had in his life since his experience as a child. So that'll be really interesting. And I also have a few other guests coming up. Steve Interanti is coming up, and his colleague Charlie is going to come. They're both going to come on together and talk about sound healing. They've been doing sound healings in the area at some local places, so we're going to talk about that. And we've got a whole bunch of people who are coming on the show. Some psychics are going to come on. We're going to have a great night when that happens. And also we have an event planned. I almost forgot. August 8th, right here at Paradise Studios, we are going to have a Reiki and reading night, and someone's calling on my cell phone. Think I will be turning that off next time I do a show. Now they're calling me on the regular line. I'm so popular tonight. Hi, it's Georgia Rose. Welcome to the Soul Space. Yeah, they're calling me on the regular line. I'm so popular tonight. Somebody has to turn down their device that they're listening on.
Hi. Hi, Georgia Rose. This is David.
Hi, David. How are you?
Hi.
So I just want to finish.
Crazy. Are we in Mercury retrograde or full moon? What is going on?
We've got 4 planets in retrograde, so there's a lot going on. But I just want to finish.
Oh, my God.
I'm just going to ask you to hold on 1 second while I finish the announcement I was going to make, because I'm going to be doing an event right here at Paradise Studios August 8th. It's a Lionsgate portal activation. It's going to be a really intense, energetic night with Reiki and readings with myself and Reverend Joanne, who hosts our show on Strong Island called Joanne's Healing Within. So she and I are going to be doing some healing, some energy activation, and then some messages from Spirit. So if you want to get tickets to come and see that, we're going to be posting that information really soon. And tomorrow night, I have an event that is a free Reiki event for anyone who is a gynecological cancer or breast cancer survivor in treatment or their caregiver at Long Island Yoga in Babylon, and that's at 7:30. And it's a free service, so if anybody wants to come down for that, you'll see more information on my Facebook page. So David, how's things going? Is Mom coming home?
Yes, Mom will be home next Monday.
Oh, how wonderful. So I'm going to pull three cards from each deck to see what the energy is going to be like for you guys in the house when Mom comes home, if that's okay.
Yes, sure, no problem.
All right, we got the first angel card. Oh, David, this is for you. The first angel card is relationship harmony. Now, I know sometimes you and Mom don't always get along the best, so this is just a reminder to really be, kind of considerate of each other and really make sure that you go that extra mile and you're extra nice to her when she gets back. And
I've been nice to her. I've been talking to her on the phone lately.
Oh, good. Well, keep that up, because she really needs that. She needs some nurturing. And then the next card I got is from my soul card deck, and this card has a beautiful rose. I don't know if you can see it if we switch cameras onto the table. This camera has a beautiful rose in the midst of this figure, and a lot of light around the top of the card. And this symbolizes for me definitely the fact that new beginnings and new starts. So when Mom comes in, make sure that you treat that as a new start in your relationship as well as her own health, and really try to, go that extra mile and be really, really compassionate for her, because she's been through a really rough time. And you may have to care for Mom instead of Mom caring for you. And then I have another call coming in, so I'm going to finish this reading really quick. Third card, David. This card is specifically, I can feel, for you. And this card, they're telling me to pick this one. This card is the Eight of Wands, and this is an action card. This is about changing and changing behaviors. So if there's any time that you feel cranky or grouchy, which people can really get in this energy, try and go to a quiet place, do a little meditation, maybe play some nice music. You want to stay in that really nice, compassionate, soft, peaceful energy when Mom comes home, okay?
Okay.
I have another call, so I'm going to hang up, and good luck to you and Mom.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, next caller. Hi, welcome to the
Hello.
Soul Space with Georgia Rose. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Anne.
Hi, Anne.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Do you have a question for me, or what do you want tonight? You have one cards. You have a question. What is the reason you're
Uh,
calling into the
I have
show?
a hi, Georgia Rose. I would like some cards maybe
Okay.
on my question. I'm waiting for some kind of news this week, and I don't know if they will be good or they will be not good, and that
Okay.
it's been a delay. I was
Okay.
supposed to get them today, but
They're
it's
telling me
almost
to
the
go
end
to
of
my.
the day. I didn't.
Okay. I'm going to go to the tarot because they're telling me to do tarot for you.
Okay.
Okay. Is the news that you're waiting to hear from a gentleman?
Actually, well, he's not a friend or a lover. I just know this person. Yeah, he's the
Right.
one who
Yeah, I
told me
don't I
that
don't
he will
get
call me.
I don't get the feeling it's romantic. I get the feeling the news you're waiting for is more practical. It could be to do with a
Yes,
job or a project, but I feel like you're waiting for the mail to actually. There's a man that's going to call you or text you or electronically communicate. Um, I'm feeling like it may be a little while before you hear something. I feel like you've been disappointed around this subject before, and I think
yes, it
it's.
was.
Is
Hmm.
that correct?
It is correct. I was very
Yeah,
disappointed. So now
because I
we're
feel
waiting for that bill. Hmm.
okay, I feel like you really need to clear that energy because you're projecting a little bit of that onto this, and it's really, really important to keep your thoughts super positive and in that positivity of that hopefulness and the optimism. So, whatever happened in the past, know that is in the past and it's not going to repeat. You have a great potential right now, and there's great possibility with this particular energy. So, don't go into the disappointment of the past because you're going to taint it.
Okay, I'm trying to be positive, but do you know how soon I'll get this news? Because I was supposed to get today. A week ago, I was told today. Now again, it's not today.
I was just
It's
go-
been.
I was just going to say I'm getting the number 3 and then I pulled the 3 of cups. So it's something to do with the number 3. That could be 3 more days. That's what I'm feeling like it's something with 3. I don't think it's 3 weeks. I think it's 3 days.
Yeah, they told me it's this week. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
so I
Yeah.
think today is Monday. Yeah, it's going to be Thursday or Friday. But I see a lot of positivity surrounding this, so keep your thoughts pure. Try and meditate on your ideal outcome, especially before you go to sleep at night. And I'm going to pick an angel card to confirm this reading. Oh, I didn't shuffle them, sorry. And I feel like this is a project that you've been, a project or a position, meaning work-wise, something to do with your work and what you do in the world as your vocation. But I feel like this is something you've been working on for a long time.
It's not work related. It's something else, but there was lots of emotions involved.
Okay, because I feel it's more in the practical world, though. I don't feel like this is anything to do with a romance or like it's something
No,
to do.
it's
It's
not.
something to do with
Yeah,
moving your
it's not.
energy forward. The card that I got is
Yeah. So. Hmm.
the card that I got is prosperity. So this is definitely to do with some kind of abundance. If it's not physical money, it's abundance in your way you are in the world. I feel like it has to do with some money, though. And this is Archangel Ariel, and the card says your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your reality. This is confirmation of what I was just saying about keeping your thoughts really pure. Because you have to get to a place where you know you are already fully supported and the ideal outcome that you want has already happened.
But even if it has nothing to do with the money, it's still kind of. It could be other kind of prosperity, right?
Absolutely. And if you look at this
Okay.
card, the card itself, if I hold it up, I'm just trying to not get in the light, it has, something that looks like coin, a bowl of coins, but it also has light all around. The card is all golden. So to me, prosperity, abundance is light. It's energy. It's love. So it could be anything that is dear to you and valuable to in your heart. And especially now where Venus and Mars are in Leo, those things are going to come to us that we value the most as long as we have done the work for them. If we've been slackers and irresponsible, now will be a time when we don't get the reward. But from your energy, I feel like you've paid your dues, you've done the work, you've done your diligence. This is a time that's coming up for you that's very prosperous.
I hope so. I'm hoping for the improvement of this extremely stressful situation. It's been going on for about a month.
Okay, and I felt like it was ongoing. So I think that you're going to hear good news. There's something really good coming for you.
Oh, I hope so. Wonderful.
Yes,
Thank you
and
so
let us
much.
know how that turns out. And I'm just going to have everyone watching in the Zencuda community and in the soul space send you some love and hearts and good cheer, and we'll see, how this turns out. We'll wait for your confirmation. Maybe you'll get some great news and be on the next show. Okay?
I hope so. Please send some love. Thank you. If you
Yes,
could. Thank you.
sending
I appreciate
love.
it, Georgia. Thank you.
So I'm just
Thank
going to
you.
read back my comments. Kim's watching too. Everybody's watching tonight. So, okay. So Bonnie says, now I'm wondering what cards you pulled for me before David called in. I'm going to do your cards again. Okay. So Bonnie, for you, I'm going to do tarot, but they're sending me to angel cards first. So this is for Bonnie. I'm going to do a little short spread for her. Joanne is asking something about camera angles, not really sure. I think that was for the cards, but I think my producer, Bobby, back there has got it all covered now, so we're doing good. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 angel cards for you, actually. They're being indulgent tonight with the angel cards. Okay, Bonnie, you've got some great cards here. First of all, I pulled the cards in this order, so I'm going to do them that way. Clairvoyance. I'm not sure, but I feel like you maybe got this card once before. And this speaks to me that you already know how to pull in the energy of knowingness and intuition. I think we all do, but especially you. And I'm getting some tingling back in the place where my skull meets my neck, and we call that the mouth of God. So I think I'm really feeling like there's a lot of things that you already know. And the third card that was pulled is you know what to do, and that's Archangel Uriel. So there's something that's in your mind when you called in for tonight's show, or you came on tonight's show. There's something in your mind that you already know the outcome, and you already know what you have to do. You may be dragging your feet a little bit, but you know what you have to do. And the middle card that I pulled is chakra clearing, and there's a lot of violet in this card. And the thing I love about this card with these two is it kind of confirms for me the message of when we go into a space and clear the clutter, whether that's a meditation or a walk or being with an animal or anything that brings our heart space, opening up. That is when our chakras actually will be clearing themselves through that beautiful light in our heart. And that's when the clairvoyance comes, the knowingness comes. So these cards are really, really coming in to show us that there's something occurring in your life that you have the beautiful privilege of being in exclusivity with. Now, I know the last time you called into the show, I know your mom is battling some health challenges. And I feel like this may have something to do with regarding that and the fact that that particular experience is opening you to more intuition. Because if you look at this beautiful card that says clairvoyance, it's got the Archangel Raziel. But he's a wisdom keeper. He's someone who's helping your spiritual sight awaken. And I feel like the experience you're going through with Mom is helping you to awaken to a higher consciousness. And that's what these cards are reinforcing. So even though sometimes when we're a caregiver or we have a parent in challenge, it's very hard to take time for ourselves. Very important for you to take time to clear the chakras, clear the energy every day, and reset yourself to be fully present in the moments that you have right now in your present time. This is Archangel Metatron, very, very powerful angel. I talk about all the time, the first time Metatron ever came in for me, it was like that comic strip Gargantua. It was like boom, very forceful, heavy, beautiful, angelic energy. And usually Metatron comes in when we're having an ascension of consciousness. So that's what this experience is for you, as painful and as sometimes as much as we go into grief when we have an elderly parent or a parent who's ill. it's usually an opening and an awakening for us. And then this beautiful last card that just says, you know what to do, with Archangel Uriel holding up a lantern of light, kind of reminds me of the Hermit card in the Tarot, which holds up the light and makes our path come in, and we find our wisdom in the quiet, when we get to be a little monastic in our life and a little bit hermitage, hermetic. So trust your inner knowledge and act on it. So as decisions come that need to be made by you and your family and other caregivers, I feel like you're going to trust your intuition and rely more heavily on that beautiful space of God giving you the answers. And now I'm going to pull a couple of tarot cards to confirm this reading. But I have to say, I really cannot stress enough for you, even in your most challenging moments, that you have this beautiful gift of exclusivity in this time with your mother. She knows you, even if it doesn't seem like she's verbalizing that. She's feeling the energetic connection of love that goes from daughter to mother. And that energetic connection is going to expand to be extremely heightened as she actually parts further and further away from a three-dimensional reality. I truly believe that. So I'm going to take, they're telling me to cut this deck. I'm going to take these two cards that come out. Yeah. Okay, we've got the Empress. So this is, to me, motherly energy. It's the Venus card also in the Empress. This is the sign of Venus. You've got all beautiful roses all over the robe. This is always like my mom card, my nurturing card. So for me, this is basking in the energy and the role reversal of going from the child who becomes the parent. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And then this is about balance. And what I started out to say before about clearing the energy, clearing the chakras is so important. Whenever any of us are in a place in our life where our energy is being a little bit drained by a challenge that we have to really step up towards, we never get a great idea or heightened intuition in chaos. We only form our aha moments, our beautiful connection with spirit and the beautiful wisdom that he gives us in the higher consciousness. Those moments only come in quiet. So no matter what's going on in our life, and this is a message for all of us, but especially anybody out there who's in physical challenge, environmental challenge, stressful mental challenge, emotional challenge, we must take times for respite, because it's in those times of respite that we find healing, that we find the connection back to our spiritual joy and our higher vibration, which then makes the challenge easier to go forward for. So Bonnie, do you have any question for me in the comments? This is Bonnie, if she's still there. Okay, so she's saying thanks, makes total sense. Oh, so definitely this is all about clearing the pineal gland. So when you clear the pineal gland, we can actually do that just by resetting our energy by being in quiet. Of course, you can, Google it, and the pineal gland, there's certain foods you can eat and all kinds of things. Crystals also. I'm around a lot of electronics, so crystals such as this. I also try and use a lot of clear quartz that will kind of dispel that magnetic energy that electronics do. When working in meditation or on a pineal gland or on any kind of chakra clearing, try not to be around like televisions in the room or phones in the room. You want to really clear that energetic space. So that would be my best advice to you about the pineal gland. But that makes sense to me that you're working on that, and then you get these cards. That is absolutely total confirmation from Spirit, Bonnie, that is exactly the energy that Spirit wants you to go. And as you obey or become in alignment with that intuition of yours, you're going to get beautiful rewards from the universe, because that's how life works that way. So that's really beautiful. So thank you so much. So let's see if anybody else wants to call into the show. I will do a reading for you. I was just actually compelled to do for Bonnie because I just go where Spirit tells me. So you're welcome, sweetie, and all the best to you. And I hope that the energy really, I feel like it's lightning around you, like lighting. The energy is light. So take that with you, okay? Who else do we have on tonight? We've got, let me see. I've got Joanna Maya, I've got Joanne Papalardo, I've got David, I've got the whole gang's on tonight. I love that Kim's here. I have to pick an angel card for Kim, because Kim is the most beautiful, beautiful soul. very, very talented Reiki healer. And I actually go to Kim Shiano at Serenity Within for my Reiki. She is just beautiful. If you want to fly with some angels, just call her. And she is an amazing healer. She and I had the opportunity to do something together for a mutual friend/client not too long ago, and it was one of the most fabulous experiences. So I'm going to pick an angel card for Kimmy. They're telling me to go to this part of the deck. Kim, we've got Divine Order, Archangel Raguel. And Archangel Raguel is a beautiful light blue colored aura on the angel. And Raguel I pray to so oftentimes for friendships and for relationships because he always makes everything harmonized. And that's why this card says Divine Order. And so, Kim, you were supposed to be here tonight so that I could give you some shout outs. And it says, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. I would just like to kind of talk about that for a few minutes because one of the philosophies that both Kim and I subscribe to, and many of you watching out there subscribe to, I know, is this three-dimensional world that we live in is so chaotic. And it's chaotic and it pushes our buttons and it gets us crazy and none of it's real. I mean, it's real now. It's real in this particular box of time that we have created it to be. But at the end of this lifetime, when we're transitioning into another lifetime, a lot of the things that make us so crazy and push our buttons and emotionally we connect with and all these attachments that we have are not going to matter. So it's really important to step into the divine order of what's real in life and what that energy is for you. I know for me, I find that almost daily on a yoga mat in a quiet studio, and I connect with spirit and I connect with what my energetic representation and alignment with God energy and God source is. And everything in the three-dimensional world just disappears and fades away in those moments. And I really believe we all need a moment like that every day. Whether it's drinking a cup of coffee out on the deck before the rest of the house wakes up, or playing with our dog, or walking in the park, or taking a dip in the pool, or eating an ice cream cone fully present. Getting back into that joy and that connection with spirit. Spirit is all of that light that creates that beautiful joy that bubbles up inside of us. It's that love we feel when we, pet a child's head or pet our dog or look into the eyes of someone that we beloved. And so if we don't go there every day or on a regular basis, we get really caught up in the three-dimensional crazy chaos stuff. And that's what Soul Space is about, is giving all of you guys a place for an hour a week to come and get reminded of that beautiful connection. So this Divine Order card is so beautiful, and this is for Kim out there, because I know Kim works really hard to stay in her beautiful space of connection all the time. And if you guys need Reiki, Serenity Within is great. So who else do I have out here? I've got, call in somebody. Give me a question. 516-945-9090. I'm 9099. 516-945-9099. Ooh. And we got this beautiful career transition pulled out, so maybe we know what I'm supposed to be doing. Hi, welcome to the Soul
Hello.
Space. This is Georgia Rose.
Oh. Hi, Georgia. It's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? It's our weekly call.
I'm good.
We're going to have you on the show if you ever get up here.
That would be great.
So what's up with you? How are you feeling? What's going on?
Oh, it's kind of been an intense day.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
Oh, I'm not sure. I have the worst time with this.
Oh, really?
I'll have. Yeah.
You're having challenges with this energy?
Yes, I am.
Well, a lot of us are, and it's because of this yod that we have, which sometimes the energy in quincunxes in astrology are oppositions, kind of like, and so there's a lot of Plutonian and Neptune energy coming in. Pluto comes in and kind of tears up things that are structured in our life. It does it so we can rebuild, but while the tearing down is going on, it's really hard. And with Neptune in play, what happens is we have a hard time seeing the truth in order to rebuild whatever is kind of getting torn up in our lives. So this next week or 10 days is going to be a little difficult with us kind of navigating the path. So the best thing you can do is kind of flow with the energy as much as possible. And like I was just talking about, that energy of being in a space where you're connecting and let the three-dimensional world kind of fade away a little bit. Being in that
Okay.
kind of energy is really important because it resets us.
Okay.
Because what's really happening is your life is recalibrating, and your energy can't keep up.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So we get uncomfortable, we get cranky, we're all being kind of challenged right now. And when I split the deck, the card that I got for you was "You Are Safe." And it's Archangel Michael. And he says, "I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So just know that you are always fully supported." I had this,
Okay.
so just take that with you. Did you have any particular question for me tonight?
No.
But I think that a lot of us are being challenged in the energy. And just remember, the universe has your back, and you are never alone. You always have guides and angels around you to help you with whatever challenging energy you have.
Okay.
All right? But take that
I
with
needed
you.
to hear that.
And maybe, the next time if you take a walk or just go to the park or even sit out in the back or whatever, think about and meditate on Archangel Michael.
Okay.
Because I think he'll bring you some strength.
Okay.
So thanks for calling in, Sarah. So I want to...
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good week. So I want to talk a little bit about that, knowing the universe has you fully supported. I think we have another call. Okay. So I had an experience this week in yoga. And the thing I love about my yoga practice is I'm never going to be, well, I shouldn't say never. I'm not yet a yogi who can stand on my head or whatever. I've been practicing on and off for 10 years. But the thing I love about yoga is it's just a metaphor. My life on the mat is a metaphor for off the mat. So the other day, my yoga teacher, Jackie, who I love because she always springs something on us every once in a while. You never get bored with that, with her classes. And so she had us in this pose where we had one foot against a wall facing out, and we were bent over from the waist, and we were actually balancing by the wall. The wall was holding us up straight. And then she instructed us to put our arms out straight. We're standing on basically one leg with the other leg balanced on the wall. And then she said, "Okay, now take your foot off the wall." I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And then I tried a few times and I couldn't do it. You're not supposed to be judgmental, so I just rested in it, and I kind of thought to myself, okay, instead of judging yourself that you're not balanced enough to do this, what's going on, Georgia? What exactly are you feeling? Why are you blocking this from happening? And as soon as I did that, the thought came to my mind, you are always fully supported. I was afraid to let go of the wall because I thought the wall was the support. And that's what we do in the three-dimensional world. We pick something physical, like I'm sitting in this chair, and this chair is holding me up, and it is. But basically I could hold myself up if I had to, in chair pose, right? So we get attached to these things that we think are our supports in life. And once they're taken away, we spin, we fall, we're scared, we get the uts in the stomach, like, oh my God, something terrible is going to happen, my support is gone. But we don't need that physical three-dimensional support. We have the support of the universe, of cosmic energy, of the stars, of the angels, of spirit, of God to support us. And when that thought just fleetingly went in my head, Georgia, you are always fully supported by the universe. I let go of the wall. My instructor actually was guiding me. She had my wrist. I let go of the wall. Tears start streaming down my face. She looks in my eyes and she just said, "I love you." And in that moment, I came home to my breath, to my life, to the fact that I can do anything, no matter how challenging it is, because I am fully supported by the energy that created me. And you all are fully supported by the energy that has created you in this lifetime and many lifetimes. So don't freak out so much if the car breaks down, or if that person that you are attached to suddenly decides it's not the right relationship, or if maybe you're going to have a little financial reversal. You're going to get through because you are fully supported by a power much higher and much more real than anything that is happening in our everyday lives. So once I was brought back to that beautiful home space, and I realized that it was like I could fly, and my foot came off the wall, and I was just standing there like some kind of a crazy bird or something, and I could do it. So it's all up here, and it's all in the energy that we actually manifest in our lives. So I'm going to pick a card for my friend Joanne. She's asking for one on the comments. All right. So just take that with you. If you hear nothing from this show tonight, just hear that the universe has you all fully supported and me fully supported. And in the Zenkuda community, we are all supporting each other on this beautiful journey that we're all on to live in the real. So Joanne, I picked this card out of the tarot. It is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, sweetie, is a card that symbolizes for me that you are carrying burdens that don't belong to you. So sometimes life gets so heavy and we get so filled with worry, but if we just stop for a few minutes to realize that the burdens that we're carrying, a lot of them don't belong to us. It's other people's stuff, and we have to let them have their journey. And sometimes what happens, we think we're doing good, trying to help others, and we're carrying their burdens. But what's really happening is we're screwing up their karma, because their karma is that they are supposed to be having that experience. In the three-dimensional world, some people call that enablers. I'm not saying you are that, but I'm just saying that sometimes when we're carrying burdens, it's because we're taking on other people's burdens that we shouldn't be. And we take on their karma, literally, in our lives. An example is someone who maybe we think is incapable of doing something in their life when they really probably are, but they would do it with some struggle. But we don't want to see them struggle, so we try to do it for them. And now we just took on their karma and deprived them of the karma they were supposed to have by learning through the challenge. So this card is really that for me. And it looks like you have a lot of things on you right now that are stressful, but you need to let go of some of them and let them be where they're supposed to be, because they're not supposed to be on you. So just remember that next time you get stressed, that the person who is stressing you, it may not be yours to take. All right? If you look at this card, it has a gentleman carrying a whole bunch of wands or stakes or posts that he's struggling. And the message behind this card is these things that we struggle with are really not ours to struggle with. Maybe a few of them are, but not all of them. Okay? So that is a card for Joanne out there. And I'm just going to look on my, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Just going to look on my comments. Hi, Karen. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Gerard Michalowski. I think we got friends on there, Karen. So everybody say hi to each other. Everybody send some love to everybody. Love, love, love in the soul space. Love it when we all share our journey. So if any of you want to call in, if you have a question or if you have a an idea for a show, I'd love to hear about that too. We're going to have some guests on in the weeks to come. Just lining that up since I'm new to Strong Island right now. And got a call. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome to the Soul Space.
Hi, Georgia. My name is Laura. How are you?
I am good. How are you, Laura?
I'm great. I'm actually a friend of Susie's, and she told me about your podcast, so I am calling in.
Well, I'm here every Monday night at 7. Don't I have the best cousin in the world?
You have the best cousin in the world. Absolutely the best cousin in the world.
She has to come.
She's awesome.
She has to come stay with me for a weekend. She can bring you.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. I do have a question.
Okay.
It's a general question. There's a lot of changes going on right now. I just recently got laid off, and
Okay.
and I feel like I'm at a pivotal moment, and I can feel a lot of energy shifts. But I'm just, like, as I continue on my journey, I'm just not quite sure where my next step should go. So
Okay.
I'm not even exactly sure the question I should be asking, because I know it sounds very general. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm actually getting some energy from you. And I have to tell you that it's so appropriate that you said that, because this was the card that flew out of the deck before. And if you play the video back, I just jokingly said, oh, maybe it's for me, which I know it is not. But the card that flew out of the deck is career transition. So maybe this was for you.
Oh, wow.
And,
Wow.
and it's Archangel Shamuel. And it says your life
Oh, my God.
Do you use his energy a lot?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. So this card is for you. See, you can't make this stuff up, folks. It's energy. So it's there no matter what. So the card is Archangel Shamuel, and it says your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is trust. even though it's not coming quickly enough for you, one of the lessons that I've learned, and I'm going to share this, is oftentimes, especially in the spiritual world, we want to get something out, or I want to do a podcast, or I want to post something, or I want to write a blog, and I'm like, oh, I got to do it. And then I do it, and it's not that great. And I finally realized that when I'm being compelled to do something and I have that feeling like time is going to run out, time is a three-dimensional philosophy, a three-dimensional component. So that's my ego. And I didn't even realize that until recently. Whenever I'm compelled to do something, and it's probably really not time and I'm rushing it, it's my ego fearfully thinking that I'll miss the opportunity. So I want you to know that you might have a little bit of that going on, but you need to trust, because I think there is a lot of divine timing going on for you. And what I'm getting is that the transition that you're in is going to be something much more heart-based and heartfelt that you want to do.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah. But that being said, I have to tell you that I think it might be slightly different than what in your mind your ideal is attached to. So, and I think in the long run it's going to be something better, but I think you have an idea of it that is actually pushing it away, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I'll give you an example. It's like we have a really big event to go to, and we picture ourselves wearing a red dress. And so we go shopping and we go through the racks and we're only looking at red. And we might miss a dress that would look gorgeous on us, but it's not a red dress, and we picture ourselves in a red dress. So I think that you might be eliminating some opportunity because you're picturing yourself in a very narrow kind of like vision.
Okay.
And I think what it is try and, instead of picturing it, try and go with what the feeling of it is.
Okay.
For instance, a lot of times I'll have someone come to me and they'll ask me about a relationship. And they'll be like, well, I really want to be with Harry. And I'll say, no, you don't. You don't need to be with Harry. You want to be with the beautiful feeling of love in a beautiful relationship that gives you the joy, the companionship, and the love that you want in your life. So you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I do. And that's one of the things that I feel like I actually have been shifting, like with my own energy.
Good.
I feel like is about surrendering more.
Exactly. That's a good word.
Okay.
And so, don't surrender the dream. Just surrender, like people who say, I need a white Mercedes. No, you just need a car.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So, think about, you're not really so hooked into where it is, what it is. You want it to be the feeling that you want it to bring you when you do it.
Right. Got it.
And keep manifesting it that way, and the universe is going to start opening up for you. I also feel like the position that you just left, I feel like there was some very not so great energy there for you.
No, there wasn't. Not at all.
Yeah, I feel like it was almost a protection that you're not there. So allow the universe time to do what it's supposed to do, because I think there are really great things coming. Also, I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I feel like I'm really seeing violet and purplish light around you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So usually, I work in violet light when I do healing. Saint Germain and the violet flame is one of my main guides. So I'm wondering if maybe, if you're not familiar with maybe looking up and getting involved in some kind of energy or a ritual or prayers for Saint Germain.
Oh, I will do that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a
great.
very powerful energy. It's actually an energy of transmutation. And I feel like that's what this whole transition for you is about. It's actually more so than your physical transition of what you'll do and where you'll do it. This is a transition that's going on within you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That I actually got some chills. Yeah. Okay. That totally makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think so. And that's why I say just let it flow, because I think this particular time when you may feel a little bit more idle than you want to be, I think it's important for you to sit in that space.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm getting.
Will do.
I'm just going to pull a soul card to confirm what I'm saying,
Okay.
and then we're going to probably end the show with you tonight.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to ask Bobby to zero in on this card because look at all the violet in this card. It matches my altar cloth. If you can see it on camera, the violet in this card is amazing. It's all coming out of this person's head.
Oh my gosh.
And that's
Oh my
really how I
gosh.
envisioned you. So it's not a mistake that the first card that flew out before you called was career transition, and it's saying this is a blessed change. So you've got transformation going on here, transmutation. Something is going to occur that's really amazing for you if you stay in the energy.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I
do
got
the
chills.
work because you're going to make it come in.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going to make
Wow.
it come in. And the
Wow.
other thing in this card, I'm going to take a picture and text it to Susie so you can see it. The other thing in this
Okay.
card, it almost looks like a hand, or like I was talking earlier in the broadcast about the finger of fate, and we have some things astrologically going on now that are like propelling us to where we're supposed to be. So I think the universe is aligning for you. You've just got to allow it to do that and work on yourself and bring yourself into that peaceful place you need to be for the transformation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're definitely
Yeah.
blessed, kiddo, so go with it.
Thank you so much, Georgia. This was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for
appreciate it so
calling
much.
in. And welcome
I
to
will. Thank
welcome to
you.
my soul space.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So I see there's other people
a
on.
great-
You have a great night. So I see there's other people online that want some cards pulled and everything, but we're going to end the show now. But definitely try to come for our August 8th event with me and Joanne, Reverend Joanne from Joanne's Healing Within. She does a show here on Strong Island, and we would love to have you on the 8th. And if you're looking for a private reading with me, you can find me on Facebook at Georgia Rose Zenkuda, on the web at zenkuda.com, on Instagram at Zenkuda Official, and of course, here every Monday night at 7 o'clock on Strong Island Entertainment. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the Soul Space next Monday.